Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dina, and as you can tell, this is quite different from my usual uploads because I am filming outside. I usually film indoors. And today's video is also different because I usually talk about teaching, but today I am going to be sharing with you something that I use and something that has been effective for me in order to find that balance to work and also study. I'm sorry if I'm wearing my sunnies because it's really bright out and I can't look directly at the camera. But I hope that's okay, and this is going to be, I hope, still a useful video. I hope that you'll stick around until the end of the video because I am going to be talking about a technique that I use in order to manage my time better. And now that a lot of us are working at home or studying at home because of the pandemic, I think it's really one of the challenges is really having a structure at home and making sure that we're giving ourselves enough of a break and not just working nonstop. It's different when you're working at the office because you have a schedule. You come in at say 8 o'clock and then you have your break at 10 and then you continue working and then you go for your lunch at noon and then back to work. But it's different when you're at home and you kind of already have that momentum of like working, and if you're in your zone that you actually forget to give yourself time to just not do anything, to take a breather. And that was one of my problems when I didn't learn about, when this technique has not been introduced to me yet. What it is it's a time management tool that breaks down your work into intervals of 25 minutes and short breaks of 5 minutes. It is called Pomodoro. I learned about it by chance actually, because a couple of years ago I was working and studying at the same time. I was working full-time at an international school, and then I was also going through my certification process. I was going to sit my LET exam. For those who are not Filipinos, LET is something that you take in order to become a registered teacher. So I was going through that and at the same time working full-time as a teacher. And so I ended up using my weekends and my lunch breaks, basically all of my free time, in order to study and to just make sure that I'm ready for this test. And before learning about Pomodoro, I didn't really have a system. Basically on a weekend, on a Saturday, I would wake up at around 10 o'clock and then I would literally sit on a chair and then start reading, start studying. And I would only go for breaks when I need to go to the toilet, for example, or when I need to eat, when I'm feeling hungry or thirsty. And those are the only times that I stopped whatever I was doing, reading or studying or being on the computer. My assumption is that because I'm able to cram as much information as I can, learning about things that I need to learn in order to prepare for this exam, that it's the most effective way of making use of my weekends and dedicating my free time to study. But that's actually quite brutal. I was kind of brutal to my own body because I was not able to take the breaks I needed, and I only realized that it actually it actually affected me negatively because my concentration was quite low. I was reading maybe the same paragraph many times and it's not sinking in. I learned about Pomodoro one time when I was looking for a good playlist to listen to while I was studying. I went on YouTube and I put in relaxing music for study. But in the search results, I found that this particular channel dedicated to studying, like having a study partner. The title was Study With Me. And when you click on it, it's just this lady working on her own quietly with some relaxing music in the background. And you literally study or you work with her. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. It might work. I liked the background music. And that video would tell you, okay, it's time to work. And then it's going to go on a count. It has its own counter. And then it will go on a break for 5 minutes, and then it's going to tell you again that you have another period of 25 minutes to work. So that's when I found out that that was actually what Pomodoro is. It is having these periods within your day wherein you get to work or you get to study. That's 25 minutes of working, and then you go on a break for 5 minutes. And then you have another period of working or studying for 25 minutes, and then you give yourself another break for 5 minutes. You do this 4 times. So once you're done with your 4th Pomodoro, you can take a longer break of maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And when you go on a break, it has to be a completely different activity from what you've been doing during your work period or your study period. So if you've been looking at your laptop screen studying, then you have to have a different activity. Maybe get up and, I don't know, put your laundry away, or clean up, or fold your clothes, or drink coffee, read, play the guitar, something completely different from how you've been studying, just so that it resets your brain and your body, and it doesn't make the task of studying quite boring or automatic, because that's the problem that I realized about working or studying nonstop. I thought I was being efficient that way, but it affected my health and my mental, not just my physical health, but my mental health as well. And I didn't enjoy the process. I used to really like learning and studying when I was still in school. And I thought that I'd be able to go back to that feeling now that I'm working and also studying at the same time. But because it felt like another task to me, that it wasn't as enjoyable of an experience. But when I learned about Pomodoro, that's when it hit me that, okay, because I wasn't listening to my body when it was telling me that you have to stop, that you have to go give yourself a break, get coffee, talk to other people, or just go visit the toilet. I wasn't paying attention to my body, and that's why it affected my concentration and my overall feeling going into the task of studying or working. I hope that you try it, you give it a go, especially because a lot of people nowadays have to stay at home, doing their own business at home, or working at home, or studying at home, and we don't have a solid structure that we follow that will make the task, the activities spread out throughout the day, and that would make sense. But with Pomodoro, if you give yourself 25 minutes of work, dedicating your energy, your time into whatever it is that you want to do for that 25 minutes, and then giving yourself a different activity for the next 5 minutes, and then going back to it. It's really training. Maybe your first few attempts won't be as, it's counterintuitive, maybe you think, because, it just breaks that momentum that you probably need in order to get going. But you have to train yourself. You literally have to. What happened to me was that I literally pushed the chair off of my desk to get up and to just do something else for 5 minutes. And when I go back to the same activity. It's again just disciplining and teaching your body that, okay, it's work time, it's serious mode, and it's, you know, you gotta get your game on again for the next 25 minutes. You have to use a timer. There are lots of timers that you can use online, because you can't just rely and tell yourself, well, I can check the time and I'll know if it's 25 minutes or if it's over. I would tell no, but because sometimes when we're engrossed in an activity that we actually keep on doing it, and then when we check the time, it's been 2 hours. So use a timer so that you know it's 25 minutes of done work, and then you have 5 minutes of break. Hi, I am back. I had to move to a different spot because it was really hot out there. But I hope that you try Pomodoro, give it a shot. And not a lot of us are used to coming up with our own schedule, but if you break your day to 25 minutes of work and then 5 minutes of break, 25 minutes of work again, and 5 minutes of break, and then another 25 minutes, I think it's going to help you. I felt that I got to accomplish more using this technique. I had better concentration. I no longer dread the task of doing homework or doing all of my submissions during the weekend. I actually enjoyed it, and I feel that I've been able to make use of my weekends, and I've been productive because I was able to complete one activity in the first period and then another one in the second period. So I do hope that you give it a shot and let me know. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody. Please stay safe and be kind to yourselves, be kind to other people. I do hope that we get to recover soon and be back to a little bit of normalcy, but until then, we just really have to come up with systems, tools that can make this new normal a lot easier to live in. And yeah, and being kind to yourself and being kind to other people definitely is a good thing. Bye.